Well, I am hearing more lawns being mowed. I have already mowed my yard twice, which means we are officially approaching summer. I want to take a minute to share a little bit about summer opportunities, ways to remain connected and engaged and involved in our church over the summer. Things intentionally slow down for us over the summer, just because the school year tends to be so busy, but that doesn't mean we're closed. Specifically with office hours are going to be a little bit sporadic over the summer, just between vacations, between kids being out of school, between different events that are going on in all of our lives. So my biggest recommendation would be to check the news flash. We will do our best to inform you about when the office will be open, but the best recommendation over the summer is always reach out to staff before you're going to come in. If you need something from us, we can always make sure that we are here to help answer any questions or get you access to the things that you need. One of the things that I'm really passionate about as well is I don't want our calendars to be so full of church events that we forget to be involved in our community. I've got a friend that prays every week pastor friend. Prays every week at church that the church would be faithful in the places where they live, work, and play. And I like that summation that we don't just need to gather as a church. We also need to be involved in the community in various ways to shine as lights. Like we can't actually be a witness unless we're involved in our community. Part of that means I think informal growth, like the random things you do throughout the summer. Like my family does more cookouts. We have bonfires in our backyard. We have our neighbors over on a regular basis. I think those informal things are just as important for our growth and for our sanctification as the formal things, like the classes and the small groups and gathering together as the church. We need both of them. Like we need a holistic approach that impacts and influences every area of our lives. So that being said, there are some formal things that you can do to remain involved and continue encouraging your own growth and encouraging others over the summer. So the first is we have a class, an equip class. We're taking a few weeks off, and then starting on June 7th, we'll be doing a class on Christian ethics, using this book as one of the textbooks, Moral Choices by Scott Ray. This is an older edition. I just got the newest one. Had to read that one when I was in seminary. But looking at a few different things, like talking about a Christian approach to economics or a Christian approach to reproduction. Like IVF is all the rage these days, but how should we as Christians think about that? Or another one that's on the rise is euthanasia. Canada just recently, a few years ago, passed something called MAID, Medical Assistance in Dying. And since that was enacted, over 76,000 people have chosen that as an option to kill themselves. What do we do with this rise in euthanasia? There's other states in our country that are starting to pursue this as just a supposed easy way of dying. We also have, over the summer, every second Sunday, we do the summer socials. We have a few people that have stepped up to help, but if you're interested in helping us plan those and put them together, we'd love to have more of you involved and helping us with those. Please reach out to me to get those going. Those are a lot of fun, so I would encourage you to make those a priority over the summer. Previously, we've done things like a cornhole tournament. We've done potluck. We've had root beer floats, s'mores. It's a good time for us to, again, just touch base and connect with each other over the summer. A few gender-specific things. Tammy's doing a women's book study, going through 10 words to live by. She'll also be doing a summer fellowship in the Word. If you have any questions about that, reach out to her. I am hoping to do a men's book study, reading The Reason for Church by Brad Edwards. It came out last year. It says the subtitle is Why the Body of Christ Still Matters in an Age of Anxiety, Division, and Radical Individualism. Read that one a few months ago and just really enjoyed and appreciated it. There's some good discussion questions at the end to help us think through the significance, the importance of church in our lives today. Kids Ministry has a few summer play dates that some moms are planning, opportunity to let your kids burn off some energy over the summer. Erin is also planning some Summer Bright for families. If you have questions about those, reach out to Erin. Youth group has regular get-togethers over the summer, so Molly's still finalizing some of the calendar for that. If you have questions about that, reach out to Molly. And every summer we also have our annual business meeting. So our annual business meeting is going to be on June 14th at 9 a.m. We always do that over in our auditorium as well. So it's time to share updates, to vote on and affirm new members, to vote on and affirm the new budget. So that one's a significant one for us. So if you made it to the end, you got bored, stop paying attention. Here's the TLDR, too long did not read or did not watch, summary of ways to get involved this summer. First, there's a class on Christian ethics starting June 7th at 9 a.m. Second, we have the second Sunday summer socials in June, July, and August. Third, we have a woman's book study and summer fellowship in the Word, and we'll also be having a men's book study. Kids are doing their summer play dates and Summer Bright. Youth group has their regular meetings things. And finally, there's a business meeting on June 14th. I enjoyed starting our Nicene Creed series this past Sunday. It's just a fascinating document for us to dig into and try to summarize what it is the Bible reveals to us about the one true God that we worship. I have a few more weeks left on that, and then we'll go to our regularly scheduled summer programming of Psalms in the summer. We'll be in the 40s this year. It's been a couple, I guess, we didn't do it last year because I was on sabbatical, so we're picking up where we left off, and we've got a little ways to go in the Psalms before we finish those, but it's always a highlight for me to dig into the Psalms together. As always, if you got questions or things come up, feel free to reach out to me or anyone else on staff. I'm looking forward to seeing how God uses these events and these sermon series to encourage us, to edify us, to build us up in Him, and to help us take one step closer to Him. Looking forward to seeing you soon.